Hey.
Hello, everybody! And welcome to the diaries. Well, life today is a little bit more high-pitched, and that's because today was my birthday, and I'm playing with a helium balloon. So you'll note that my voice is slowly coming back down to where it belongs, and all the fun will be gone. Oh well. Well, what's going to happen in this episode? We interrupt this introduction for the following introduction. I've decided on something else than I said I was going to do on the last introduction, but we're doing something else. This coming weekend, hopefully, we're going to start recording for the band again. So I've got some new equipment coming in, and we're going to go over that and setting up the recording area so it's more of a recording area and less of, my place. So we're going to concentrate on the music corner, the music room, if you will, in this episode more than anything else. And then whatever else happens will happen when it happens. So I guess I should say, without any further ado, let's get going! I'm in the music area of Darkslade Manor. I'm sure you recognize all this from other videos that I think I posted more of this in other videos. I know I did, as a matter of fact. But the time has come, which I usually say just before I'm about to do something really stupid, but the time has come to take this area and use it as a way to encourage and motivate my young band members to be able to produce some awesome music. Now, we're already producing awesome music. Don't get me wrong. Check this out.
When you swing and you strike and the whole world comes apart in your hands. When the air feels cold and you dream with the soul, I'm the only one you thought would understand.
See, it's not bad with what we've got. But I've worked in several different studios. Some as a musician and some as an engineer. I worked at Sports Music Audio Post with my buddy Roger for quite a while. I've been to Chaton Studio where when I was with the band Bluesion, the Arizona version, not the California version, and we recorded our album there. And I've been in a couple of different studios, and there is just a certain ambiance, there's a feeling when you're working in a studio that brings out the best in you, in my opinion. Now what we have here is Darkslade Manor, which does not have an extra room, quote unquote, for the band to perform in. So I took what was once my dining area, well originally it was the dining area, it became the Parts of the Caribbean corner, which is where I did a lot of my game design and stuff like that. And I turned it into our music area. Now for the most part, it's got the feel. It's pretty good. But there are several things that I think I need to do to just make it feel better. And this is what I'm thinking. First of all, we're getting new equipment. Okay? I've already got the equipment, it's coming. We're replacing some of the, one of the amps. We're replacing this old hard rubber drum kit with we're getting an Alesis mesh drum kit, which is basically, it's still an electric kit, It sounds, the sound quality is better. It's also a mesh kit, so instead of having these, see if I can pick the stick up without dropping the other. Instead of having these hard rubber surfaces that your stick does not really respond to very well, it has, the triggers are lower in the drum head, and there's a mesh over the top that feels like actual drum skin. So it's a lot more reactive. Also, it has a better kick drum. And it's red. Just because I wanted to get one that wasn't black or silver. Anyway, so this is being replaced. We're getting a new microphone. I'm getting Sennheiser microphones. I wanted good quality stuff. Now, one thing I want to do is we have a single light over here. And it's actually, it's not pretty. And this light was actually put in by the people who run the complex that Darkslade Manor is located in, so I could use this area. It doesn't have a fan. It was supposed to have a fan, so I could use this area for doing film. Well, I moved that to the other side, so I'm either going to keep this light or I'm going to take out this light, and I'm going to put in some directional lighting. That's one thing. Next thing is I'm going to get a backdrop for us that's a little bit more musical, I guess. The pirate stuff, I'm working on that. I'm not going to get rid of it, that's for sure. But I think I may move it to a different locale, if I can find a different locale. I want to get a temporary pull-away curtain that I can put across here, and a room divider that I can put over here. Now you can't see over here, but this goes into a short hallway, and on either side there is a door that goes to the bedroom, which you'll never see because it's a disaster. And then the other door goes to the bathroom. So I'm thinking of getting a room divider that I can set up in this area for doing vocals. And putting up some, sound foam, some anechoic foam or something like that on either door. So it'll deaden the sound. And then my singer can work in that area. So I need the lighting for up there too. So I want to get started. Let's try and get started on that kind of thing. We'll go through the process and all like that. Because when the kids come in to work and do their music, I want them to feel more inspired. I want them to feel like they're part of a music process and not just, playing music and their instruments in some guy's, what used to be a dining area. I want them to feel like it's a real, I want them to feel more real about it. Because this is an album we are releasing. We have one song out right now, by the way, on Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, Apple Tunes, iHeartRadio. Look for Waiting for Waffles, Robots Lament. Now, we released another album out of our original lineup, but this is the new lineup that this new song is in, so check that out. See how I plugged the band as well? That's pretty good stuff. Anyway, so let's get started with that. All right. We're in the car of adventure, and the crickets are in the background again, which means I'm playing my MP3 player, and the first thing on there is the Adventureland porch stuff. Alright, so we're headed to Home Depot. And I am assuming, as they are an essential business, that they are open. And yes, I will do. Goodbye! Hello! I will turn the crickets off in a minute. Put some music on. And this guy's gonna come. No, he didn't come through. You're gonna fall over again. Oh, you didn't fall over that time. Alright, we're on our way to the home distribute. And I'm gonna I think I might take you through with me this time, see if they'll let me do that. And we're back to crickets. Well, when I pulled in, I took a look at the the paranoia setup outside. And I decided, you know what, I'm not going to push my luck by bringing the camera in. So I just went in and I got for the, this is an upside down lighting fixture. I'm going to have to turn the room over so it'll fit. But I got the lighting fixture, and I figured I wouldn't go full-blown gonzo crazy and do it all at one time, because at the end of the day, or in this case at the end of the month, I still have next month's bills I have to pay. Not that this is going to affect anything like that, believe me, it really isn't, but better to be safe than sorry. So, we're going to head back to the old homestead and look into installing this puppy. And I'm thinking if it has, or if it uses the same halogen lamps that my outside lights do, I might put the colored ones in. I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe at least one, maybe the blue one in the center. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Alright, so there's the light that's currently up there. And I had to move some stuff out of the way so I'd have room to change this. I had to move part of this percussion kit out of the way. So, I get up right here. But first I have to take the power off. Got the light fixture here now. See, I got something that was kind of steampunky in look, so it'll kind of fit with the motif. And it's very generic setup. There should not be any kind of a problem. Should not be any kind of a problem. As opposed to will not be any kind of a problem. Let's find out. Do something for those holes. Alright, first thing, let's check the other lights and make sure that they come on. If I turn on the switch and there's a big papaya, then I did it wrong. Yay! And the kitchen light still works? Yay! I didn't blow anything up. Okay, let's see how it looks. Alright, aside from the fact I need to kind of aim it a little better, and I need to vacuum the floor, and I need to patch those holes in the ceiling, that looks a heck of a lot better. And it's probably hard to tell in this, but I've got one on the back which is going to have a it's going to have a new backdrop very soon. One on percussion, which looks alright, and then one that's supposed to be on keyboards a little above it. So yeah, looks better, in my humble opinion. If you look up here, you see this rod right here. I just got that. That's a it's a tension rod to put between walls, basically for a shower curtain. And this area here, hello, which I need to remove some items, is going to be the voice room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a light for right here, just one of those little pop-up things that you hit them and they click open. And I've ordered acoustical sound tile for this door and for this door. There it is, the new baby. That is a Marshall Code 25. It is not big, but it's a Marshall, and I played with it and it makes some serious sound, man. So that's the first of the items that I have got from Guitar Center. I almost said GameStop. I don't know why I would say that. Anyway, from Guitar Center, and the rest of it is coming, should be next week. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run down to the, I believe Hobby Lobby is open again. They were closed for a while, along with everything else, but I think they're open again, being an essential business, you know. And I'm going to get 7 feet of material. I think it's 3 foot width. I'm hoping it was 4 foot width, but 3 I think. And we're going to build, or I'm going to make the divider for the sound room. which can be moved out of the way and all like that. And go pick up a little light for that area. Alright, now that it's on there, take that off. And I take that off. And then what is just like that. Just like that. Lovely. You know, I forgot there's a mirror over here, so we will get the reflective off of that too, and it should be fine, and we can play with it. Ooh. Oh. Wow. Or we can just go back to it. All right, cool. This part is done. The light's up, obviously. This is the curtain. I used felt because felt is great for deadening sound if there is nothing behind it. If you put it up against a wall, it doesn't do much in the way of diddly. But if you have it hanging, like a curtain or like theatrical scrim or something like that, it will help deaden the sound. It's not soundproofing, it just keeps sound from reverberating in here. So this is held in here with a little Velcro thing, just like so. And I'm gone like magic. And then this fastens right there. So yeah. Open, says me. And then this goes right back, whoops. And then this goes right back around here. And fastens right there. Ta-da! So, once the mic and the new stand, which is a nice little stage stand, not this huge boom mic we've been using, the boom stand that we normally use for filming is what we have been using. And then the acoustic tiles, which will go on the doors, and we'll be good to go. Ding! I'm going to make something for my band, specifically for them. I have here do-it-yourself t-shirt transfers. I've used these before. This particular one, this is Avery, and these are really good. If you remember to turn your shirts inside out when you wash them, then they stay and they look awesome. And then I bought everybody a gray t-shirt. It's a light gray t-shirt. And what it's going to have on it is it's going to have Waiting for Waffles on the front with the specific logo on. So I'm going to have to get the old iron out. And, well, I guess I got to transfer these things first. But, you know, the one thing I thought of when I was coming home was, what if I have enough ink in my printer? Right, there's the old drum kit all folded up and ready to be taken away. Here's the new drum kit in the box, getting ready to set up. And what I did is I got, it was a $5 store, and I got this rug. And back in the day, I remember doing this. Put a rug down, put the drum set on top of the rug, and the kick drum, in this case, the kick drum tower won't move out, you know, it won't shift. As you pound on it, it won't slide away, because it can't exactly drill holes into the floor. So, I'm going to start setting this bad boy up, I guess. You know, when you buy a kit of anything, it's going to say some assembly required. I think this one should say nothing but assembly required. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. No, one back there, 9 boxes. And I guarantee you only about 4 of those have only one item in them. See, when it comes to assembly manuals, these are the kind I like. They just have pictures, they show you what order to do things in, how they set up, show you what the parts are. It's a simple instruction manual. Now, putting it together may not be as easy as the instruction manual is, but we'll find out. Well, there it is in all its awesomeness. It took me about 4 hours to get it together and get it working and make sure I had all the cables and everything. Actually, in building time, it probably took about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But I've also been futzing on it, and boy, does it sound good. And it feels like a real acoustic kit. It's a definite improvement to what we had, and it's going to really enhance the sound. I give it a 4 out of 3, because I just realized I was going to say 5 out of 5, and I said 4 instead. One thing. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. Yeah. It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. Woo! It's Daddy's Weekly Gripe. One thing, one of the things that drives me absolutely crazy is people, and I can pretty much stop right there, but no. People who seem to think that the emergency flashers on their car means they can park anywhere. Okay? The emergency flashers on your car are basically to warn other drivers that you are having car problem. So if you're on the freeway and you pull off because you get a flat tire or your engine goes kablooey or something, you overheat, you pull off to the side and you turn on your emergency flashers so other drivers can see you and don't plow into you. But there are a lot of people who seem to think that those emergency flashers allow them to park in school zones, in red zones, wherever they want to park, even if it's for a short period of time. Sometimes it's not. But if you have those emergency flashers on, it's a get out of jail free card. I have never used my emergency flashers for that purpose, okay? I have only used my emergency flashers for an emergency, hence the name. But outside the gates of Darkslade Manor, in the complex area, when you get down to the parking area, there is a mailbox, the whole mailbox system down there. And we have a lot of lazy people here who live here. And they will pull up, there's red zones on both sides. One side has garbage, one side has got a fire hydrant. And they will pull into that red zone, snap those emergency flashers on to go get their mail. Now, here's the thing. When you park there, you're giving about one car space, if that, to get around you. And people who get their mail usually get it at mail time when a lot of other people are coming home from work or going out and doing things, and they wind up snarling up the traffic in that thing because they are too dang lazy to park their car and walk back and get their mail. For one thing, it's dangerous. But for the other thing, there are several people, and they know who they are, that will turn on their emergency flashers to get their mail. They'll stop, and they won't just get their mail and come back to their cars. They'll get their mail, and they will sort through it. They will read some of it, and they will go through the newspapers and, check things. They will do all of that right there at the mailbox. And so their car's sitting there even longer, and then some other schmuck will come up behind them and park their car right behind them in front of other people's parking spots, but their emergency flashers are on because they can park anywhere with emergency flashers. Folks, you can't park anywhere with emergency flashers. It's still illegal. If you park in a red zone, you park in a loading zone, and you get a ticket, and I had my emergency flashers on, that doesn't mean anything. The emergency flashes are for emergencies, not because you're too damn lazy to park your car somewhere else and come on back. So that's today's gripage. So I have made one modification to the Adventureland porch. You can kind of see him there, just sitting there. There he goes. Yeah, that's a Firefly that used to be inside the jar. Somebody made a delivery here, dropped a package over the back fence, and the jar got broken. which is fine, kind of, because I've been trying to get the thing out of there. I wanted to try something with it, and since it got broken, I got to try something with it, and it works pretty good. So he flops around, flits around the bushes, instead of in the jar. He's free. I just hope that little bat doesn't come back and try to eat it. There's one more thing, uno más, to do with the music area before the end of this here video. Something actually arrived on time, one of the few things, and I'm going to go set it up in here right now. Which means some of the pirate stuff, matter of fact most of the pirate stuff is going to come down. I still don't know exactly where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to put it somewhere. Anyway, here we go. With the air conditioner singing in the background, there it is, the new backdrop. And I put the glitter back, I put the gritters back there, the bass scooters are back over here, and this is, yeah, it's a thing, you know, for the band. A little inspiration. And it also kind of matches up because Morgan, our lead singer, his top hat has a clock with a bunch of gears right here on the above the brim, and this has the same thing, so I thought it looked cool. Well, that's gonna be kaput for this episode. Mostly just working on music stuff with just a little bit of the Adventureland porch, a little light. But originally, when I started, it was going to be mostly working out there, but I figured I needed to do this while I was still able to do it before situations change again. So it has been done, and so there you go. Next episode we will get out on the Adventureland porch because I got some props I got to do, and the school is starting up, and it's going to be an online class, and I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do that, because you can't make a movie online quite the same way, you know, with the props and everything that you can in the classroom. So it's going to be a weird class. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it. But mostly we get out on the Adventureland porch and maybe do some other things too. And that'll be on the next episode. In the meantime, you guys have yourselves a great week. End of line.